Welcome back, trainers, and we're going to be taking a look at Aurorus in the Open Ultra League, folks. Let's go. My favorite league. Let's have a little fun. So, the investment in the Stardust took place yesterday, as you can tell here. So yeah, we put some rare candies into this, even though we got a decent amount of candies. Certainly wasn't going to do it off of those tasks. And, well, here we are, powered it up. We're going to be pairing it up with Roserade, Jellicent, and then finally Granbull, because I get sick and tired of the hard counters towards the end. Now, this is the first battle. You can usually tell if the medals, when you're seeing the other opponent, if you're watching somebody else, if they do not show what rank they currently are, because it's just invisible. That first battle, it's like that. So Aurorus, woof, this thing is going to be pretty fun. So it's going to be rock and ice, very weak to fighting. So that's why we're going to be pairing it up with things that are going to be able to counter fighting types. As you can tell, the ghost and then the poison here. So it does well. It is a pretty tanky Pokemon. But of course, if you're taking any sort of fighting damage, yeah, that's going to do quite a lot because of the rock and the ice. And then of course, you're also going to be weak to water. So that's why I found this team did work so well. Did it? It kind of did. I was just not getting, the counters were just horrible. So anyways, let's see what we have. Before we continue on into the commentary, should you invest in one of these and put in the rare candies? It's not going to be ranked too high as far as meta, as far as a website says, but it does okay. If you want to have fun with the new Pokemon here, it's not like completely bad. It's got great moves. It's just its typing is going to be pretty rough. You're going to run into things like a Giratina here, for instance. This is going to be a great matchup for you against Flyers, up against a Talonflame. You're ice, but also rock. So it's still going to be a good situation, and it's got other moves, as you've seen in the beginning. You also can go with Ancient Power, which you will be getting stabbed with, and it also does have that Powder Snow with the Weather Ball. Ice. I mean, come on, let's go. So it is a new Pokemon. We're having a little fun here. I will be using it again. And final thoughts, should you invest in it? Put all these rare candies and all this. I mean, if it's a Pokemon that you enjoy, that you like, go for it. If you're looking for something to help you carry some wins and go Battle League right now, I say put your investment elsewhere if you're limited on Stardust. But again, you take a look at the results here. We've been doing this for years. We bring you the new stuff so you can make the judgment yourself by taking a look at some of these battles. So we're up against this Articuno here, which is going to be getting Weather Balled. Alright, so Roserade is going to be a very key component for this matchup. Well, shouldn't say matchup. For this team. It does so well with the Aurorus here. So we're going to go ahead and bring this in. And we are actually going to be going with Thunderbolt. You know, Ancient Power is going to be good and all, but Thunderbolt, let's just go with it. So we immediately swap, and when they see we have a Jellicent with that Machamp, they back out. We take the win, looking good. So Roserade, woo-wee, you do need its Community Day Weather Ball. Not so much the Bullet Seed. You can go with the Poison Jab, that's perfectly fine. And then that third charge move is your choice. I went with Dazzling Gleam in case we did encounter Fighters or Dragons. So we're up against a Lucario. That's a horrible, horrible lead for our Aurorus. So we're going to go ahead and swap, seeing that we have two Pokemon that can somewhat go up against Lucario. We do have the Weather Ball on the Roserade. We resist the counter, but they hit us with Shadow Ball. I figured that was going to happen. I'm not like in a bad position here. I'm just trying to make it so Aurorus can have a little bit of play. I don't want the two other Pokemon to just completely outshine it. So we're letting that go. Ancient Power doing a good amount of damage because of the ice typing, unfortunately. So yep, it's kind of a weird combination here. So they're going to be obviously bringing in Lucario. We swap into our Roserade immediately, getting off a Weather Ball, which is super effective to that Steel. And Roserade's attack is pretty good here, while the Bullet Seed is basically doing nothing. They swap into their Giratina in here. This is exactly why we have Dazzling Gleam. And we still have two shields. Now they're loaded up on energy on their Lucario. This is more than likely a losing match, but it's still going to be an interesting one to see how it does play out here. Maybe gonna get a shield? I don't know. They're farming me all the way down, unfortunately, bringing in our Aurorus, which is gonna be super effective. Not resisting any sort of dragon. We're not dragon. Well, we'd be taking super effective at that point. We do look like one to some degree. More look like a dinosaur. And I'm trying to put up a fight until the bitter end here. Now, Thunderbolt would be enough to take him out, and we're gonna go ahead and just stay here till the end. They hit me a Power Punch, figured as much, but I still couldn't let it go. I mean, you know, we were going to go down anyways. Just going to get this off to see how much it does. Come on, Aurorus. How much you going to do there? I mean, that's not bad. Up against the Steel type. Let's go. Good game. Moving on to our next opponent. All right, that's better. Good lead with the Shadow Crobat. Let's get it. Finally. So we will be resisting the poison and the flying. The Shadow Ball is going to go right through us, and since the Crobat Shadow is going to be doing a lot, they retreat with energy, bringing in a Shadow Ampharos, have a pretty nice Shadow Spicy team. We're going to go ahead and bring in Roserade, resisting the Electric here. They go for Dragon Pulse. Of course they do. Of course they have it. It's always Focus Blast with me, and of course Thunder Punch. So we're going to go for the Dazzling Gleam. Just get that Ampharos out of here and win this matchup. They're going to be able to farm us with a couple of Air Slashes, which is fine. And we're going to obviously bring in Aurorus here. We don't want to bring in Jellicent for this matchup. This is just clearly the perfect matchup here. So they get a shield, and I was thinking, you know, I don't even care if you double shield me, or if I double shield you, if you double bait me, I'm still going to win this matchup. This is as simple as that. I'm going to have to immediately swap to see, I have to see what's in the bag first, because they're continuously lowering my defense here. So we do get the win, no shield, and what's in the back? A Wall Rain. All right, so we're going to go ahead and swap after building up a little bit more energy. Now Earthquake's going to do quite a bit. That's a Shadow Wall Rain, so the Earthquake's going to be bringing us down to about 45%. It's doing a lot of damage. One more of those, we could survive. Well, with the... Nah, not anymore. Definitely not. Yeah, we're definitely going to go down. And of course, it's lagging at the end. Okay. Why? Why? Okay. It's just so funny to me. So, Earthquake. Going to go ahead and bring in our Aurorus here and go for the super effective Thunderbolt, if I could speak, man. And we're taking the win there. Just pulling off the win. As you can see, it's doing stuff here. I know we had a good lead, but hey, we'll take it. Oh my gosh, another fighting in the lead. Are you freaking kidding me? Swapping into Roserade. They bring in a Muck here. You know, it is going to be part dark. So Dazzling Gleam is going to do a decent amount of damage. Is it more effective? Quick, don't check any sims. Is it more effective to go with one Dazzling Gleam or two Weather Balls up against Muck? Alright, so now we're going to obviously go with the Weather Ball here, because, well, that's all we need to do to get them out of here. Or not quite. It's not enough, and they're going to be surviving, so I will be shielding this up and trying to win the swap. We should be able to... we could have farmed them down, I think. Unfortunately, we didn't. So we're throwing our energy just to make sure we don't waste that shield that we use. Bringing in a Swampert, that's exactly what they would want to bring in. Bringing in the Aurorus here. Keep wanting to call it a Brachiosaurus. Right? It's not even a... Yeah, it's an interesting Pokemon here, right? So anyway, going for the Weather Ball. This is all I can really do. Trying to maybe think about catching a Hydro Cannon, but we're just going to let it go because, well, we should be able to pull this off because this is going to be weak to Charm. Shadow Gramble at this point. As you can see, the hard counters in the beginning, this is why I was getting sick and tired of it. So here we go with the Charm. Let's get it. Charm, charm, charm away. Tap, 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 taparoo. And we have a double KO. Thank you, Charm. Alright, next battle, and I'm switching my lead, and of course it's a Dragonite now. Of course it's a Dragonite now. Do you see? Because it's in the second slot now. Come on. So they swap, and they're bringing in or we swap, bringing in our Aurorus, they bring in their Muck, and this is still a fine matchup because we are Rock, we do resist the poison, so we don't have to worry about them hitting us with a Gunk Shot or the harder hitting Sludge Wave. That Dark Pulse is doing a decent amount, but we should be able to outpace it maybe here. Let's see, building up to two of these Weather Balls. There goes one, and then two. This will be enough to knock it out. Let's see if they want to shield it up. And Aurorus pulling it off for us here without having to use a shield. This thing is putting in the work. All right, and they're coming in here with a Roserade. All right, are we going to sweep this team? We are. With the Aurorus, folks. You're going to see it here. Absolutely shielding this up. We already know what they have over there. All right, so... Alright, shielding it up. And Dragonite is going to have some trouble here. Now, we're not going to be resisting it. It's going to be doing some normal damage. And we're going to immediately swap into our Gramble just to keep it alive, to catch this Dragon Claw here. And we're not quite able to sweep because Dragon Tail would have KO'd, but good enough. So it put in the work there. Whole team weak to ice, essentially. Alright, next battle, we're going to... Oh, it's this one. So, yep, Staraptor. This person gets a shout out. I mean... I want to virtually shake your hand using that Staraptor. It's not Shadow, but that's okay. You're still using Staraptor. Let's go. And I don't blame you. Honestly, using Shadow Staraptor is it's a bit much. It's a bit much because it's way too squishy. So they're going to be swapping into their Luxray, and of course this is going to be Psychic Fangs. We already know, we saw that first one. Shielding up this one here just to put on the pressure. I wanted to build up to Dazzling Gleam, but we're going to go ahead and just go for the Weather Ball here. And not enough, and we're not able to get to the next one. They're getting to their next Psychic Fangs, unfortunately. This is not a good situation here, because they did have a good lead. Well, Gramble is just going to go down because they're going to be able to build up to 2 close combats, and even that's enough. I don't know, coming from a Shadow. So they're going to be swapping into their Staraptor here, and I'm just going to let it go down. Thanks, Gramble, but I have to hold on to that shield. I guess I shouldn't have. Okay, so they got a Glade in the back. So if I would have shielded out that Brave Bird, we would have been able to take them down. They would immediately swap, charm them out. They probably would have gone to a charge move at that point, but then we would have been able to swap into Aurorus and done a little bit of something. But then they would have made it to Brave Bird and shields are down. They probably still would have won. Good game. I had to leave that one in there. Staraptor, let's go. Next battle, have a horrible lead with a Tentacruel. Folks, do you see? This is what I was dealing with today. So I'm trying to pull something off here for you. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and swap into our Aurorus, and they're staying here. Maybe the backline doesn't want to see it. We do need to still look out for Hydro Pump. That is going to be basically one-shotting us, so we're going to shield, and it is a Hydro Pump, so good call. They're using up that energy, trying to catch a Thunderbolt, but we're holding it and going for a Weather Ball. Perfect. Going to go ahead and just throw that. Just putting on the pressure to this thing. I think I actually... Do I stay here? Okay. I mean, just these Weather Balls are just super spammy. I mean, think of anything with Powder Snow and Lola Ninetales, right? Heisenberg team. So we swap to catch some sort of an electric move here, and we do. Beautiful. All right. So this is crazy. Watch this. This is not even a freaking Shadow. All right. So they hit me with Focus Blast here, and it KOs. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Thought it KO'd. All right. That's how they got me. They sniped me. That was very spicy snipe. I went down with a ton of energy. We're going to maybe make up for that. So they're still locked here. So I'm kind of laughing like, okay, sounds good. Let's go Aurorus. And we're just going to go ahead and Thunderbolt. Not enough to take them out. They're getting to a charge move. Probably at an Acid Spray here. Okay, that's perfect. And we're going to go ahead and swap and just start building up our energy with the Gramble. What's in the back here? A Tangrowth. Now, something strange happened. I don't know if they were at a charge move already. I'm pretty sure they may have been there, but they probably were trying to build up to 2 because they know what we had in the back. We would have just powdered snow. I don't know. But we take the win nonetheless. Next battle, we're met with a Shadow Lugia, best buddy in the Ultra League. Let's go. Okay. So it has, unfortunately, extra sensory. Dragon Tail would have been resistant. We would have been looking good here with pretty much almost all our health still. Yeah, it's going to be getting stab plus Shadow. And we're Shadow, taking a lot of damage. Typically, extra sensory is not that good of a move, really. No offense to them or anything. They're still winning, right? So, hey, that's fine. We're going to go ahead and bring in Aurorus and farm them down. And a Machamp. Lovely. So we do still have one Pokemon that can counter fighting. And that's going to be our Roserade. And we got rid of their Flyer and a Excadrill's in the back. Let's go, folks. Oh, can we pull this off? I think this is going to be relying on Roserade. So what we're going to do is shield this up. We're going to farm extra to almost 2. Not quite. Just a little bit more. Oh, never mind. Building up to 2, exactly. We just need that extra energy for that Machamp right away. All right, going for it. They have no more shields. Thinking I should have went for the Dazzling Gleam, but I got too nervous that they were going to hit me with Rock Slide. But we're getting to another Weather Ball here. This is going to be enough to take the win. Roserade pulling it off for us. Looking good. This thing has always been great. There was no question about it. It's great in PvP. In all leagues, as a matter of fact. If you pull it off in Master League, that's a little bit different. Open Master League, I should say, that's a little bit different. Master League, Classic, Premier, all that stuff, you're going to be looking good. Ultra League is always great here. And then the Great League, it does perform as well. It just needs the Community Day move. So we have a Swapperoo here. We're up against a Registeel, which we will be resisting all these moves here. Zap Cannon doing quite a bit. Unfortunately, they lowered our attack, so we're not going to be able to win this. I'm definitely not going to shield this up here. We're going to let this go. Focus Blast. Man, this Roserade just can't catch a break with these Focus Blasts. It's poison. It's still going down to him. So bringing in the Gramble here, and unfortunately, all we're going to have to do is just simply farm this down. Now, we're not in a horrible position. They lowered our attack, and we're more than likely going to be getting a shield back here because we're still going to be hitting hard. Are they going to come back in here? Is this the Umbreon one? Yeah, they come back in here with Umbreon. Now, they've lowered our attack. Our Charm is doing less, but it's still a lot because we're Shadow. Thought we can get a shield here, but they do not give it up. And I did not want to lower our stats, so we're just going to continue on with Crunch. We do get a shield here, though. And we have the Aurorus lying in wait in the back. They still do not know that we have this. They go for Last Resort. We swap into our Aurorus, and they have a Giratina in the back, folks. This is going to be it. If you did enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for new turn notifications on Aurorus. Definitely fun Pokemon, and take care.